case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Do you drink this every day?
Every morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor. Ready to start the day.
You're listening to the Morning App on 90.5 WASU. That is correct. The Morning App is back, 90.5 WASU. That's what you're listening to. And who are you listening with? Why, it's me, Peter. I'm really saying that backwards today. Who else is in with me in the studio?
Good morning, I'm Mary.
Hello, and Ben.
Homeboy is hyped, and the only reason why is because he got like 20 extra minutes of sleep because I did not stop at Starbucks today. Instead, my caffeine of choice today is #not sponsored, Dr. Pepper Zero and cream soda.
Ooh.
Nasty.
Yeah, drinking that at 8 a.m. in the morning, I'm the pinnacle of health. How has everyone been?
Well, this week is super busy, so I've been kind of stressed about just like figuring everything out.
Well, I mean, you're going to be heading into your junior year. You can see my unsurety on my face. Actually, you can see the unsurety on my face. I don't know if that's the right word because even though I know the mask mandate has dropped, normally I'd be wearing a mask, but I completely forgot to bring it today. So you get to see my lovely face for like the first time all year.
Wow.
And you can see just how much my jawline has shrunk because I went vegetarian and I'm not getting enough protein.
I'm weak.
Ben, how are you?
Same boat. Just super busy. Trying to make it through. Trying to survive.
It's that end of year-itis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that before the show. I was talking about how I have serious senioritis, but honestly, I just always get end-of-year-itis, and I just don't do work.
Yeah, I know. I was telling Peter, I totally forgot about a French test I had and didn't do it. Thought I was going to fail the class. Thought me skipping one class.
We'd be buddies together because there's a good chance I might be be slipping on one of my because the same thing I forgot to do a bunch of work at the beginning of the semester, and so I might have to take I didn't know it was being assigned, just like you with the French test.
Yeah.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
I also applied for this job last night in Charlotte,
Oh.
and it's the first time I had a legit employee reference on there.
Oh, wow.
What do you mean?
Like someone was like, you can put me down as a referral.
Who?
Bradley
That's so
McKeska.
cool.
I don't know who that is.
He went
ESPN.
here.
Oh.
Yeah. He was like a former sports director.
Yes.
Like 8 years ago, but
You met him?
Ben got connections.
yeah, thankfully. No, it's actually hilarious. I have the screenshot. Mackie is closer with Bradley.
Previous
and
sports
Mackie
director
sent
as
me
well.
a screenshot of their text messages, and it's Mackie saying,
Okay.
do whatever you can for my boy Ben Cole. He's dedicated and passionate. And then a week later, after no response, the Bernie Sanders meme, I am once again asking you, give Ben Cole a shot.
Oh my gosh. That
First
is
of all,
amazing.
I love Mackie. Second of all, one of my favorite things to do is to make like popular memes extremely niche. That you can never use that again, probably.
Oh, yeah, it killed me when he sent me that. So I went and applied to that. It's basically what you're doing now, just full time.
What, me?
Yeah.
What am I doing now?
Traffic job.
Oh.
It's traffic full time. So I'm hoping.
Wait, for
iHeart.
Whoa.
Hold up.
Peter's like, I might have to get that.
Yeah, because no offense.
I know. So I was like, I'm gonna see. Well, I'm interested to see if this referral has any
Weight to it.
Yeah, because I have 6 submitted applications to iHeart in the past like maybe 2 months. 4 of them I've not been selected.
You got selected for one of them?
No,
Or just
the other
haven't heard
2
back?
are in process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have. I work for iHeartRadio, as many people know, but I'm a part-time employee for traffic. In fact, I'm doing some this afternoon.
Nice.
And the fact of the matter is that they have a full-time position now. I am probably going to apply to that. I have finally broken Garrett Davenport. Oh, that's what you missed in Carlos's class. Garrett Davenport, also a previous sports. He was assistant, though, I believe. He gave us a little call in the middle of class. Technical difficulties abound, and he's in Farmington, Missouri.
Whoa.
And he was talking about how he was like, you need to take whatever job you can get.
I mean, I could tell by going to Farmington, Missouri. That was
Yeah.
that was his mentality.
Yeah. He also said it was the first job he applied to, and it got back to him.
I don't know about that. If I'm hearing back from the first one,
I don't think he necessarily took it immediately. I think that's just how the cookie crumbled. I am not ready to apply for things, but I'm a little late. So, I don't know. I'm probably just going to apply wherever. I might take that job in Charlotte, but low-key, my number one priority right now is to move somewhere that I can afford to live on my own. Completely on my own. I'm not very good with roommates, and I need that for my mental health. So, if I have to move to Farmington, Missouri, I will be happy moving there.
I know. That was me with this North Dakota job I applied to, but I haven't even heard anything back from them. It's like, I think there's a whole scam going on with the job market. I mean, I'll go on
Scam?
LinkedIn. Yeah, I mean, for real. I'll see, like, the same job openings for, like, 3 months with, like, hundreds of applicants. And it's like,
they just don't get back to you
are you
ever.
hiring anyone? Like, are you actually hiring anyone? Also, some of these TV jobs, radio jobs, are hilarious.
What do you mean? Don't put yourself on blast.
I know, but even like verified reporters have voiced criticism over this. Like, I'll see things on LinkedIn from television stations saying like digital content creator or digital producer / receptionist. And like the job responsibilities are like be a receptionist, like, you know, make schedules and also write AP style stories every day and meet deadlines and I'm like, who is applying to these and getting these? Like, no one.
I would take that job.
No,
if it was full time, I would take that job. Actually, I would actually probably enjoy that job.
That job, yeah, but would you realistically be able to do it well?
Yeah. Oh my God, I love writing.
Receptionist and like journalist.
Yeah.
Like how.
I couldn't.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I
wouldn't do it well.
I don't even think it's feasible.
Did I say I could do it well? No, but I could do it.
Honestly, I'd like to be a receptionist.
How does this conversation make you feel witnessing this?
This whole like process, making the interviewing process a little bit intimidating.
Interviews, if you are listening to the Morning App right now, you are listening to the world's worst interviewee. That's not me exaggerating. I don't know every person on this planet, but I do know I'm the worst. I am not good at interviews. I fumble over my words very quickly, and I'm not good at telling people what they want to hear when it comes to, like, if I was, no offense, but applying to like a small town market, I have my honest answer, and it's because it's the best place that makes me feel like I can live when where I'm mentally healthy. So I don't want to lie.
I think I'm pretty good at telling them what they want to hear, but I'm bad at hearing in general. Like the interview for here, the first one ever I did a couple of years ago, was on Zoom during like peak of COVID. And this was back when I had a different laptop and the speakers were broken.
Oh yeah.
And like everything was just kind of like muffled. And Dan asked me a question. Our boss asked me a question during the interview.
Yeah.
And it was like halfway through, and I was like kind of killing it. And then he asked this question, and I just did not know what he said. So I asked him to repeat it, but I didn't mention my laptop was broken. I don't know. I just didn't think to. But he repeated it, still had no idea what he said. So I just started answering. And then afterwards, he definitely looked like a little confused.
What did you say?
I have no idea what it was about at this point. I mean, I still don't know what the actual question was.
Oh, God.
But I think I heard like a couple words in it, so I just started talking like very broad sense of things.
Enough to get like a bit of context.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I got offered something, so I must have done all right. It was interesting though.
I think I'm pretty good at interviews. The only real big issue I have is I take a lot of time to kind of put my thoughts into words.
That's
fine. I have to think about it for a while.
I think people actually, like, employers would appreciate that because it shows that you're taking it seriously and that you want to give the best response possible, and it may take a second to gather your thoughts. I don't think that's a bad thing.
It does give me really, really bad anxiety, and I get stuck sometimes. Like, I'll be thinking about it, and I'll be thinking about the fact that I'm taking so long to think about it, and therefore I'm not thinking about it.
You're overthinking, yeah, because your mind is dominated by, oh my god, no, you're just sitting there, say something.
Yeah.
That I understand, but in general, I think taking a moment to respond, I think shows that you are thoughtful and stuff like that, and you're not me, who is impulsive.
I agree.
Oh, that makes me feel better.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're probably gonna be better than me with all this stuff because homeboy, what Garrett one thing he said was one thing, you could have a great resume and all this stuff, but one thing that's really important is you need to have like a good a persona, like they want a person that they can work with. I went, oh god.
That's something I'm worried about too.
You'd probably be easy to work with. What makes you think otherwise?
I feel like I'm. Okay, I don't know how to describe this. I can work well with others, right?
Sure.
I want people to like me though, and I don't know how to do
A
that.
people pleaser.
Yes, that's me.
I am a huge people pleaser. That's why I do all the work at the station. And I almost never say no to anything. Almost.
Felt that.
Yeah, there's a few times where I've had to be like, I cannot do that. But, like, they need us for the documentary, and quite literally, they were like, what time? Could we do it, like, maybe sometime this week? Being yesterday, I'm like, I'm literally booked. I am booked and busy all week, so...
I literally had plans on Thursday, and I was like, okay, I can rearrange this. I can make it all fit.
Right. And I'm like, no. Like, I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have time. This is probably one of the busiest weeks for, like, all students, I think. It's always usually, like, this sort of... Because someone pointed it out to me when I was working at... the LGBT Center is open on Tuesdays now. And, I work at the LGBT Center, for those of you who know. And I was there from open almost all the way to close, because it helps me have somewhere to do my work because I don't like doing it in my apartment. And someone pointed out, like, they were talking about how it's like next month is the last full month of her semester because she's like a junior. And I sat there like,
Oh, yeah.
oh my god, it's the last full month of my college career.
Yeah, it's wild.
Yeah.
Reality check.
Listeners, y'all are probably tired of me saying how many times me and Ben are not going to be here. But
I feel like the shock never, like, quite goes away until it happens.
yeah, I wonder, like, because, like, it's, for the most part, we probably won't be in school again. I'm seriously considering at some point going back to school for, not like a graduate degree, but I'm thinking of going to get a second bachelor's in clothing design or something, because I really want to learn how to construct, or maybe even costume design. I think that'd be fun. But, my money might say otherwise.
Yeah.
My job
Follow your
description.
dreams, Peter.
You follow your dreams, but don't put yourself in
yeah.
debt trying to do it.
There we go.
Debt is not a good thing to have. But what is a good thing to have on your mind is that we're going to be back in the studio in just a moment. We're taking a very short break, and we'll be talking about what's going on in the world. We'll be right back.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy. It sound right, boy.
Life is a journey. We're told that there are mountains and valleys before us. A mountaineer trudges through. Where others see an obstacle, a mountaineer sees an opportunity. A mountaineer climbs tomorrow's mountains today. So what is a mountaineer? A mountaineer is you.
Voice 90.5 WASU. You're listening to the morning app with me, Peter. Hello.
Hi, I'm Mary.
And Ben.
It is that time of the show where we talk about what's going on in the world with my favorite soundbite that I got myself.
Wow. Twitter update.
And for those of you who are new to the show, the reason why I say that is because most of the time I get my news from a lovely app known as, a lovely trustworthy news source known as Twitter.
Yeah, it depends on who you follow.
Yeah.
But
I don't follow anyone. I just go in the Discover tab and there's like the... Okay, but
Peter gets his news from The Onion.
from the Onion, from Reductress. You ever follow? You know what that is?
Yeah.
Reductress is good. That's the one that's like it's The Onion. It's a parody news site, but like slightly catered towards women, or at least like mocking websites that are slightly catered towards women, but not in like a misogynist way. This is a really complicated segue.
I know, yeah.
Anyways, speaking of women,
Wow. Twitter update.
Tom Hanks crashed a bridal party photo shoot, and I don't know how I feel about
Was it
that.
How do you mean
accidental
crashed?
or
How is
on
crashed?
purpose?
Okay, I don't know if like they were like they did it as a joke, because every so often you'll hear about these stories where like some kid jokingly asks a celebrity to prom and they show up, or some woman jokingly invites a celebrity to their wedding. I don't know if it was that sort of deal, but there are photos with Tom Hanks, let me get them, of Tom Hanks in this like bridal party like photo, you know, they're all in their dresses, and it's in downtown Pittsburgh. I think it might have just been happenstance, but I still don't know how I feel about it.
Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, Pittsburgh. You see it here.
Weird. That looks like a run-in.
Oh my gosh.
That looks like a run-in.
I don't know if y'all can see it.
Yeah.
I think it is. I still don't know how, if it better be, because I don't want no like John Quinones, what would you do, like showing up out of the woodwork, like it's all almost staged, like we're gonna go crash my fiance's bridal party with her favorite celebrity. If I was a bride, don't get in my photos. Do not.
Yeah, I was about to say though, again, like knowing Tom Hanks, like that was definitely probably like all of them lost their minds because they saw Tom Hanks walking down the street.
Oh my God, they all look like they have like stupid laugh faces on, because
Yeah, and then they were probably like, "Oh my God, Tom Hanks, will you take a picture with me?"
please, it's my wedding.
If
Or-
it was a
Tom-
celebrity I liked, then yeah, I'd take a picture with them. But I wouldn't use that as like my official.
That's
like,
yeah. I'm assuming that you got
Photo?
photos outside of him,
Yeah, of course.
but I would not. I'd be like, don't get in my photos.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Tom, being the nice guy he is, he's like, "Okay."
He's great, yes, and he is a great person. He's not a celebrity I particularly have like a love for, but I don't have a dislike towards him.
Yeah.
Wilson. Wilson.
I'm clicking the button.
I like Tom
Twitter
Hanks.
update.
Tom Hanks, you
funny.
gotta rep Tom Hanks. He really was in a Foggy Pines commercial.
That is literally one of my favorite things to tell people who are new to Boone.
Yeah, like that's wild.
We've
That's
told you
random.
I've
this.
never. Heard
I
that
swear we've
before.
talked about this on the air to your face before.
Yeah, I agree.
I have no memory.
Very quickly. Sorry, I don't mean to sound so defeated. It was on Stephen Colbert's whatever his new show is, because you know he doesn't have this old show.
Yeah.
During COVID, they were like, we're going to rep small businesses. And you know what? We're going to rep them so much, we're doing a commercial for some randomly selected, I don't know how they found us. And it was Foggy Pines Books. They did a commercial for it, and it was talking about how at that time they had the drive-through with the bookstore.
Yeah.
They have a website, and then randomly halfway through, Tom Hanks does a little
Jingle.
and it's Foggy Pines Books, something something between Boone Saloon and something
Oh
else.
my god.
Yeah, it was actually pretty catchy. It was good.
It was I love showing that one too, because I never tell people Tom Hanks is in it, so they'll watch it. First they're like, oh my God, Stephen Colbert, Foggy Pines, and then Tom Hanks with no introduction just
nowhere.
shows up.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, it is a pretty awesome, like, of all things. I think that was like the last time I would say Boone made national-ish news.
For sure.
Unless yeah. But our little town. But clicking the button.
Wow. Twitter update.
I have a lot to talk about today. Pete Davidson is now not going to space. Instead, Kim Kardashian allegedly has his name branded into him.
Oh, wait.
Interestingly written headline.
Yeah, I combined those into two.
I'm Pete Davidson. This man.
Someone said whatever door or whatever like gate that Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly opened, close it.
Yeah.
Cause like what?
Yeah, that's pretty out of pocket. I gotta put that one under out of pocket.
You wouldn't get your sweet things name burned into you?
Never ever.
Ouch.
Never.
No, thank you.
Ever.
I think the headline was like slightly exaggerated or something. Again, I'm not gonna read it because it's Twitter. I'm just looking at the headlines. But at least he's not going to space anymore. Cause
Yeah.
I don't feel.
Yeah, Pete, we would have lost one.
Yeah, for real. My Staten Island homie, same birthday, same name. Yeah, but I don't know if I can associate with you now that you have someone's name branded into you. Anyways.
Wow. Twitter update.
Okay, do you know who Rachel Zegler is?
No, you deny him, deny the face, bro.
I didn't understand a word you said.
Peter does. Yeah?
Do you know who Rachel Zegler is, Mary?
I do not.
Rachel Zegler is the actress who plays the lead in West Side Story, Maria, in the one that just came out with Ariana DeBose.
Definitely saw that.
You didn't have to see it, but like
Okay.
it just context-wise.
Yeah, no.
There was a big firestorm, I think 2 nights ago, because she kind of rightfully complained because West Side Story has been nominated for a lot, and she's like a big new actress. She was not a presenter at the Oscars, and a lot of people wanted her to be a presenter at the Oscars, and the list is quite long. Well, and last night it was announced that they are putting her in the list. The lineup is very long of presenters, and freshly announced also is quite an array. Stephanie Beatriz, DJ Khaled, Jennifer Garner, her, Tiffany Haddish, Tony Hawk, Bill Murray, Elliot Page, I don't know who Kelly Slater is, sorry, and Shaun White.
Whoa.
I recognize 3 of those names.
Shaun White?
No.
Really?
No.
Snowboarder?
Nope.
Legend?
He's been like a legend for like ever.
Wow.
He's not really all that cool. I don't know.
Yeah, I was laughing about it. Oh, never mind.
I don't really know anything
Unnecessary
about snowboarding.
tangent.
Tony Hawk, you know.
Tony Hawk.
Elliot Page and Stephanie Beatriz?
No.
DJ
It was, like,
Khaled?
earlier- DJ Khaled, yep.
You don't know who Stephanie Beatriz is? She voiced Mirabelle in Encanto.
Oh, I didn't know her name.
Oh.
I just know her as like Rosa from
Also, how do you know
Nine-Nine.
Tony Hawk, but not Shaun White is the...
Tony Hawk is way more
Tony Hawk,
relevant.
yeah.
That is debatable.
That is not debatable. He's like
Shaun, I think they both had like... I think they
But-
both hit like very big moves.
But
like,
Tony Hawk outside of skateboarding has a presence because
Yeah.
like there's always these Twitter jokes that you'll see of him going to stores and nobody knowing. It literally happened in Boone recently. By the way,
Wait,
fun
what?
fact of the day, I forgot about this. Tony Hawk was in Boone last semester, straight up, and did not say it. And
why would he?
yeah, well, no one talked about it. He was at the new skate park that they opened for the Greenway.
Oh my god.
It was because I think he was in town, like close by for some. I think he has a cousin who actually lives near here, and it was their wedding. And I only found this out because someone on Twitter, my friend retweeted it. This girl tweets like, Tony Hawk had another story about him going to some coffee shop and nobody knowing who he was, and the girl retweets it and it was like, I was that person. I was the one who gave him the coffee and was like, hey,
Oh my
you
God.
look kind of like Tony Hawk. And then I find out, people are tweeting Tony Hawk is at the. I was so mad because I was like, if I had seen it 30 minutes earlier, I could have met Tony Hawk.
It's so funny because I would never be like, if I was in that situation, first of all, I would just know it is him.
Yeah, for real.
But second of all, if I did have any doubts, I wouldn't be like, you look like this, or like, nah, like, or keep it to myself. I would just be like,
Are you?
Tony
Are you
Hawk?
Tony Hawk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yes or no? Let's get down to the brass tacks.
Are you famed Oscar presenter Tony Hawk?
But that's funny.
That was technically the last time Boone was relevant in somewhat national headlines, but
Yeah.
I don't think anyone, like I said, people didn't really know about it. Okay, wait, we have one more, and then I'm gonna punch it to break.
Wow. Twitter update.
This one got me together. In a bad way. It's kind of sad. A dog was left at an animal shelter, I think a week ago, in North Carolina for fears it may be gay. But
Okay,
No,
as soon as you said a dog, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be sad.
No
And
dog
that
is
did not
dead.
go anywhere near where I thought it was gonna go.
I'm sorry.
No, that was a left turn.
But there's a good ending. I wouldn't have left it on there. It was a good ending because, ironically enough, because it got headlines like so popular, a gay couple in North Carolina, ironically enough, adopted the dog.
Aw.
How did they know they were dropping the dog off out of fear of it being?
I think they must have told them.
There's like so many animals
Imagine,
that
like-
have like homosexual relationships.
Yeah.
No, I know that's a thing. like with some species, but I just can't imagine like being on the clock in there and someone comes in and says that to me with a straight
My
face.
dog is gay.
A very straight face.
I would bust out laughing. But yeah, that's
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. But at least the dog is adopted now. Sometimes I've both always wanted to work in an animal shelter, but definitely not, because I feel like it's a lot of like sadness
it's
and hard work.
nasty.
Not the nastiness. It's just a lot of like sadness and hard work.
I feel
That too.
It'd be sad because it's nasty too. Because it's like they have
Yeah.
to live like this. That's so sad.
I almost got hired by one when I was like first looking for jobs as like a 16-year-old. I got really close, but then they're like, you have to work all of these holidays. I'm like, no, not for that pay.
Oh, I like the holidays when I was a pizza driver back in the days.
Back in the days.
holidays were where the big bucks were.
I worked like Black Friday at the mall selling like gold
Yes,
chains.
the kiosk. That,
No.
I love being able to tell people. I know someone who used to work at one of those. At the kiosks, selling
I was a
watches
good
that turn your
salesperson
wrist
with
screen
that.
or whatever. What did you sell? Keychains?
No, it was gold chain. Like we can make necklaces and
Like
bracelets.
fake gold chains.
Like the ones that turn your wrist green.
Yes.
Yes.
And then we would tell you like, hey, here's this little thing. If it ever turns green, just bring it back and you'll get another one for
Wait,
free.
I was making a joke. Are you for real? Like those are the ones that turn your.
Yes.
On that note,
She's cereal.
we're gonna take a short break and we're gonna continue on in talking about what's going on in the world. And I don't know what's going on in our lives. Maybe we'll do a game. Maybe I'll practice my gymnastics routine. We'll be right back.
In 1899, the misty ridges of northwestern North Carolina became home to a simple yet powerful vision: to transform lives and the region through the empowerment of education. Nearly 120 years later, students still feel the pull of this unique place, and Appalachian has remained grounded in the vision of our founders, providing rural access to a sterling education and serving the region. The Mountaineer passion for lifelong learning is cultivated from an early age. Right now, Appalachian's youngest Mountaineers are developing critical learning skills while also discovering that college is in their future, and when they are ready, their college on the mountain will be ready for them.
So the children that go to school here at the Academy are from all across Forsyth County, particularly children who may be struggling readers. Our goal is to improve literacy for all students K-5, to work with them, bring in the curriculum through Appalachian State University and the Reading Clinic, and support learning across all disciplines.
The experience for a university student here at Middle Fork is really critical. We're able to show them what their practice that they're learning in the classroom looks like in action. So now we have this community of learners that aren't just little kindergarten through 5th grade students, but we also have teachers who are learning together with them, and they really are building a community that the Academy is really proud to be a part of.
So I've been teaching for 31 years, and one of the questions people always ask me is, why are you still doing this? Why aren't you retired? And my answer to them is because we finally got it right. These children are getting to interact with university professors. They are now identifying with Appalachian. They're saying, that's my college. I'm going to go to that college on the mountain. And they're very excited about that. And so now, these are children who could be first-generation college students, and they're already thinking about it and identifying as college students.
I love being here. I love being at the Academy because this is like one of the best opportunities that a principal can have. I mean, the amount of support I've had as a principal, it's just overwhelming. And I just like being a voice for children and to be a partner with the parents and a partner, on behalf of App State University. This is what I love doing, so I'm very thankful.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boy.
Morning app on 90.5 WASU and WASUradio.com.
With that beach music, it always sounds like a beach guitar to me, playing underneath. We're coming back into the second half of the morning app. I'm rearing to go. That's not my name, that's just how I'm feeling. My name is Peter.
Hi, I'm Mary.
Hello, it is Ben here.
I've always wanted to go by, actually, I won't say it because it's my Instagram handle, but I've always wanted to go by DJ, insert my Instagram handle here. I'm thinking of, there's a chance if they're going to be running them over the summer and I'll still be here, there's a chance I will be emceeing the drag shows because I'm very good at emceeing, fun fact of the day. I did stand-up comedy for a while and I'm very good at that sort of thing, and I want to go by that. Especially because of a really good joke.
Nice.
And I love how I'm just telling everything but the punchline because I don't want people finding my Instagram. Anyways, if you have just tuned in, we were talking about what's going on in the world with...
Wow. Twitter update.
What's going on in Twitter? This headline killed me. I literally had to stop what I was doing and take a moment. It is 100% legitimate. The person who wrote the Twitter headline knew what they were doing. Riverdale has returned from a 4-month hiatus after its multiverse story with the reveal that Archie and Betty now have superpowers. Get you with that 1-2 punch, that multiverse story, and then, by the way, your characters have I lived and died.
Riverdale.
I don't watch Riverdale, but I kind of I get the vibe of it, but multiverse?
Not them coming from Marvel.
I know. Why does every show, movie have to incorporate multiverse now? It's you can make good things without this concept.
It's been a thing in superhero stories for a very long time. Spider-Man is a very big example because we all are familiar with it, but
I really liked that one.
But I mean, that was a thing way before, and there's a really good video game. I forgot what it's called. But there's a really good video game with, I think Miles Morales is one of the playable characters. One of my favorites is Spider-Man 2099 because he's an anti-hero, kind of like a villain actually. He's a Spider-Man antagonist sometimes, but he's not evil. You know, an antagonist in storytelling is not necessarily evil. It's just a character whose goals are against the same goals of our protagonist. And he's like that. And he's going to be one of the main characters in the upcoming Into the Spider-Verse, which I'm so freaking hyped for. It's the blue one.
I'm super hyped for that.
On Riverdale.
But yeah, Riverdale, here's the thing though. It's first of all, the show has dropped down. It has a 6.8 on IMDb. I'm sure it's just plummeted since it's first season. But it has 6 seasons. And it's Netflix, you're trying to charge $19.99 a month for people to watch shows like Riverdale. It's just not happening. You will not get my money. You won't get my money.
I refuse.
Don't you remember when Netflix was $8? Y'all remember that?
Yeah. I thought it still was, just because I don't pay for it. I pay for my own Hulu and Spotify.
You really kept that information under wraps. Hey, haha, your prices have been raised.
Yeah.
A lot. Significantly.
My fam was handling the bills for Netflix. I didn't realize it was already this pricey.
You should tell your mom yo, this is what you're paying for with Riverdale. This is what you're paying for. Do you want to guess what their superpowers are? Do you even know who these characters are?
Yeah, Archie Andrews is the famous line, correct?
Yes.
One of the highs and lows, the triumphs and defeats.
Is Archie the I'm not like other guys?
No,
guy?
that's Jughead. That's Cole Sprouse.
I'm gonna go with mind reading.
No, that's a good one because that's why I thought that Betty, who's the blonde character played by Lily Reinhart, I thought that's the power she would have. Her power is stupid. It's she can visualize this evil red aura around someone if they have a proclivity to commit a crime. It's because I believe last I remember at Riverdale, she was trying to be an FBI agent and she worked for the FBI. So I guess it's
as what, a high schooler?
Well, no, because there was a time skip or something too. I literally.
I don't think she could use that power legally though.
Well, how would anyone know? I don't think. I'm pretty sure she's probably keeping it under wraps in their world. And Archie has an immunity to pain and, of course, super strength.
Typical.
High school jocks.
Yeah, lame.
Yeah.
Lame, for real. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I am surprised that they didn't give the other two characters, the main characters, like superpowers. I'm surprised that any of those actors are still working on that show.
Yeah, I mean, I would straight up quit. Like,
Yeah.
this is gonna ruin me.
Because like you're always. Maybe Lily Reinhart might be able to like scooch past it, and probably Cole Sprouse because he's already had a career.
Yeah.
But Camila Mendez and KJ Apa, they're probably always from now on going to be seen in that light as those characters because they didn't have the biggest careers outside of Riverdale. It's gonna be.
Hard to get over that.
It really is, and I'm not. You get your money. I'm the one person who, like, you know, when like actors get like cast in problematic roles or whatever. I am probably the one person who's like, "Yo, get your money." Like, you should be. I'd be getting more upset at the casting directors for putting them in the first place. What are you supposed to do? Say no?
It's a job.
Yeah.
It's literally your life.
Oh yeah, it's very valid. I don't understand. I mean, when is the show gonna end? Because I don't think
it's a pasture.
I don't think I've ever seen a show with like this low of ratings get renewed for like a 6th season.
Maybe. Well, just because it's having poor ratings does not necessarily. Ratings, I think, is just, you know, quality. People like asking people, how do you feel about the show? That does not necessarily mean people aren't watching it.
True.
And if they have a huge teenage base, I believe teenagers are probably far less likely to willingly, like, go out of their way and under their own decision, fill out a survey and be like, I like this show.
Yeah.
I don't like this show. Teenagers aren't going to do that, I don't think. So, yeah.
Is this one of those shows that's like so bad it's good to teenagers?
I don't know. That headline sounds so bad it's good, to be honest. Multiverse story.
Just so bad.
All right, let's put a pin in this. Let's go from one TV story to the other.
Wow. Twitter update.
YouTube is now putting almost 4,000 episodes of free television, including episodes of Hell's Kitchen. I think it's through YouTube TV, but I think
you gotta pay for that.
I don't know.
So do you have to have YouTube TV to see them?
I don't know. Like I said, I read Twitter headlines.
Fair.
I think so. But there are episodes of free television on YouTube, like through the network. If you ever want to watch the animated series 16, the entirety of it is on YouTube for free. And I believe Total Drama Island, the first 2 seasons, are also free.
One.
Yes.
That was fun to watch.
So I don't know. I personally think YouTube TV should have always gone this way. There's like Pluto TV that does something similar, like they're free to stream. I think Tubi is also free to stream. I've always said YouTube is known for being the free viewing site. No one wants to pay for something that they've loved as free. I think that's how they should have always capitalized on it and just done like, yeah, YouTube is kind of annoying with its ads, but I think that would have been.
That's like the extent of it.
Hire me, YouTube.
Yeah.
Speaking of, actually, this is very short, but for my sales class, I do sometimes too much work for things that I should be, and then I don't do enough work for things that actually matter. So we're doing our sales presentation. He changed it. I actually thought this was a really cool idea. So we do sales presentations for selling media, selling advertisements to different media forms. So newspaper was our first one. The second one was TV. This semester he decided to change it, and it is TV, but instead we're running advertisements. This comes full circle. Running advertisements for a fictional free-to-stream
streaming platform.
Yeah, streaming platform. And he gave us a list of 30 shows that they may stream, and 5. He just came up with random titles. 5 shows that are original programs with nothing besides a title. And I, under no guidance, I created TV posters for these shows, and I came up with log lines for 3 of them as well. I took 3. Cool. I'm like, get me my coin. Can I get some extra credit here? Yeah. And one of them looks believable. I would have looked at it and be like, that's a TV show.
That's the effort put into it.
Doing the most
for no reason. He won't even probably care.
Acknowledge it. Yeah, no. It's gonna be so deflating.
So sad.
Yeah. But we have one more story. I don't know if y'all care about. There were other shows, but Hell's Kitchen was the one I thought was interesting.
As long as I just double checked, as long as Video Game High School is still free.
I forgot that you and I both know about that.
I've not heard of that.
It is old.
It's old.
It's literally it is literally 10 years old.
Oh wow.
It is YouTube. I think it's the first YouTube series done as a television series.
And it's good. It has
Jimmy Wong and Freddie Wong.
Jimmy Wong and Freddie Wong, they're the creators, and then it has Freddie from iCarly makes an appearance in the
Nathan
last
Kress?
season. Yeah, Nathan Kress is in it. In the last season, he's a meme. It is hilarious. It's literally about a video game high school. It's where I would have wanted to go to high school.
That'd be cool.
Oh, Joanna Brady's in it. She's
there's a couple of decently big names.
She was in Easy A, for those of you who don't know. She was Melanie Bostic. That is a really big, weird reference. That's how Emma Stone says her character's name. She goes, Melanie Bostic. Sorry. Last story.
Wow. Twitter update.
It's a short headline. There's probably not much to talk about, but I have a feeling you, the listener, will have quite a kick out of this. A man tried to cross into San Diego through the Mexican-American border with 43 horned lizards and 9 snakes in plastic bags hidden in his pants and jacket. I don't know how.
What?
How do you fit all that?
Respect that.
Yeah,
I
how
love
do you
that.
fit all that?
Some writer had like a field day and it was like, there are snakes in my pants. Like, you know, when they read that, they were ready. But
oh man,
That's a lot too.
for real.
Where'd you put them all?
52 animals on your body, on your person.
Also, what is the motive?
You have to wear like big pants.
I was thinking that too. Like, why would you smuggle animals? But exotic animals go for a lot of money.
True.
So I assume that's the reason.
Probably.
But it's not good because they can be invasive to other environments depending on, you know, where they're taken.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're going to go.
Snakes. I just wanted to say that. Sorry.
You like snakes?
Yeah.
Do you have
Disagree.
My friend has 2 pet snakes and they're really cute.
They are slimy.
We're going
Dirty
to
buggers.
take a short little break and we'll wrap up the show. We know what we're talking about.
These crazy college kids, they don't know what they're talking about.
Now back to the morning app on 90.5 WASU.
.5. Oh, I'm swallowing the microphone. 90.5 WASU. You're listening to the morning app. I am Peter, and I am here to help wrap up the show with my co-hosts, Bang.
Good morning, and I'm Mary.
And Ben J.
I wonder if we should, audience, give me some feedback. How obnoxious am I today? I drink my Dr. Pepper caffeine is really giving it to me.
No comment.
No, I don't think
Ben,
you're obnoxious.
Ben's sitting here counting down the minutes. He's like, yo, get me out of here.
Nah, I want time to stop. I don't want this test to happen, you know what I'm saying?
You'll probably be fine.
Probably.
You got this.
Okay.
Believe in yourself, Ben.
We're going to talk about exotic animals, because I think that was a fun thing to talk about. Not exotic animals, but just like animals and pets and stuff. I have said before, I have never had a pet, so I don't have much experience with them.
That's so wild to me. Like, not even a fish?
I had a fish, and then it died.
Okay. I had several fish growing up. Like, I remember one time
Like cool fish?
Like cool fish. Well, not super cool fish.
Like a betta fish? Yeah, those are cool.
One time my dad, like, gave us 5 betta fish in, like, one tank, which was a bad idea.
That's a terrible idea.
And my sister and I fed them, like, way too many times. And we thought they died from overfeeding, but that was before I knew that you can't put a ton of betta fish in, like, one tank together.
Super competitive or something, hostile towards each other.
They were all dead the next morning.
Oh my god, wow.
Bloodbath.
Yeah.
I have considered getting a dog, but only when I have my life together, and my life is anything but together right now.
I feel that. If I'm gonna get like a dog, something that high maintenance, I need to have stuff in control.
And you need to make sure that your cats are cool with it.
Mm-hmm.
That too. Yeah. My cat has like legit anxiety. I'm not gonna be able to get anything else.
Yeah, for real.
I wanted a cat for so long, and now that like my friend has a cat, I just every time I see her cat, I go, I would do anything to have a cat right now. Like, I know I don't have the money or like time to really take care of one, but I would do anything for a cat.
You'd be surprised though, they're really not that difficult to like take care of. I mean, and not that expensive either. Like all I have to do, my monthly expenses are literally like maybe 1 bag of food a month and like
2 things of litter.
1 thing of litter, 2 things of litter. That's like maybe $35-$40 total.
Wow.
And then the cat, I mean, they're just kind of there. Like, you don't really have to do much.
I've always been like, I'm very glad I never got. I mean, you wouldn't, because with like most apartments, you can say like, I don't want to live. If you're moving in with strangers, like I don't want to live with someone with a pet. I'm very glad I don't have someone, because I wouldn't want to take care of something that I don't even own.
Yeah.
True.
And like I don't have a say on its health. I'm like, no.
I feel like that depends on the roommate too. Like, your roommate should not make. Like, if you have a pet, you should not make your roommates responsible for taking care of
Your roommate shouldn't, but with my experience with roommates, they're all awful. Yeah, they're all awful.
Yeah.
I would not want to be taking care of a dog in my apartment. I love dogs, and I would take care of it if I liked my roommate and like knew they'd be responsible. But you know.
But if they like, I've heard too many horror stories of like someone's roommate who just does not care for
and
their
neglects their animals all the time. Yes.
Crazy. It's really bad. Like, especially with dogs. Especially with big dogs. Like, I have heard stories of that too, where like this girl in some sorority just like got a dog and then just never took care of it, would leave it in the crate and stuff. And
Not a crate.
Yeah, the roommates would just see it pee all over itself. Stuff. Doesn't get any exercise. It's really messed up. Like,
how do y'all feel about getting weirder pets? Like we were talking about snakes.
True.
I have always wanted a bearded dragon. I love bearded dragons. They're so cute.
I want a chameleon.
Hold one.
Yeah,
chameleons are cute.
My
too.
5th grade teacher had a bearded dragon. That's cool. Did you mean like ethically or just like having one?
Like having one, not ethically.
Well, I don't know. You know, like those videos of monkeys pop up like on Instagram, and people that's kind of frowned upon.
I don't know if they are in a zoo, you probably shouldn't own one. Oh, I don't know if bearded dragons are in zoos.
No, that's what I was saying. Like, bearded dragons are a good one. But yeah, I don't know. I could never have a snake or like a tarantula or anything like that.
I have to think about like what the most outlandish animal I'd like to have as a pet would be.
A parrot. I want a parrot.
Parrots are dope.
Parrots
Yeah,
are
I
cool.
mean, to actually be able to have a conversation with something, and that's the thing though, it would outlive me though. I don't know how I would do
A
that.
lobster. I want to have a lobster as a pet.
You want dinner? Or...
Those things live so long.
Go to the Red Lobster, y'all. For real, just go to the Red Lobster.
Some garlic butter on it.
You were like, I'd like to order a lobster, but I'd like it not cooked.
Can I get it live and also in a tank of water so I can keep it as a pet?
Please, just like, a parrot would be cool. I don't think they would converse with you. It's very parrots are mimickers.
Yeah,
they can't
that's what I
converse.
meant.
Yeah.
But it would feel like a conversation.
Minor birds, those are like the big ones. If you want like a bird with an extensive ability for vocabulary, minor birds are what you want.
Well, I'm really interested now.
They're a parrot.
I'd like to have a flock of crows that like follow me around town.
Hold on.
I'm not finished.
Ben was talking.
No. Very good. I'm really interested if like parrots mimic accents too. Like if my parrot would just be like bruv, bruv, bruv all day. Bruv, bruv. Yeah, that's what our conversation was like. I don't know.
What if you faked an accent only around your parrot?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What about horses? Are those pets? Like people who have
those are pets.
Yeah, I guess so. Because they don't
It's
really
high class pet.
You don't do anything with them, do you? On a farm, like they just exist.
Oh well, I mean, actually, horses are like super high maintenance.
Well, yeah, but like what? You have a cow for milk.
Oh yeah, no,
like, what do you
horses
have them
are
for?
just there. Yeah, it's like an old-fashioned transportation.
Show
It's like having a
pony.
bike.
Ain't no one use them as transportation though. I don't think.
Well, just exercise then. I mean, unless you have it. Yeah, if you have it roaming around, that's fine. But if you do have it in like a stable, then you have to ride it just so it exercises.
Of course.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I used to want a horse when I was little, but then my mom she scared me out of it actually by telling me a horror story of how her sister got like thrown off of one.
Yeah,
as a
that
kid.
does happen, but
Horses are temperamental, and they're really big. So when they're temperamental, it like can have costs.
I didn't realize how big they were. Though.
Oh my
They're
god,
scary.
they are enormous. Like they're literally like 8 feet tall.
They scare me so bad.
Wolves are huge too. People don't realize that wolves are I think they're like just like on their quarters, they're like 4.5 feet tall. That's really big because like
yeah, I mean that's like
yeah,
basically the size of us.
Oh, I would not. They can be domesticated, but by luck, pretty much by luck. I don't want to know what happens to the unlucky folks who try to domesticate a wolf.
It's like that story of a guy who like raised a hippo from birth and it like dragged him into the river that
oh my
he was drowned in
gosh
and like ate him.
Yeah, that's so dumb. Hippos are the most violent things on earth.
Really?
Yeah, hippos.
They are.
Well, hippos fight to the death against each other.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like
I don't watch Animal Planet, so
no hippos. Yeah, hippos.
I know that. Yeah.
Crunch.
I've seen those videos of like zookeepers throwing watermelons in their mouths.
Oof.
Yeah. I've
yeah,
seen
they
those.
wish it was like a human head on some.
Are they carnivore or omnivores? What are they?
They might be both.
I think they might be
Let's look it up.
Because I know they eat watermelon, but if they're fighting each other to the death, I wouldn't be like too surprised if they take a little snack.
Oh no, not cannibalism.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're omnivores.
Sorry to my listeners. Oh, that's an omnivore you don't really hear about. Like, when you're in science class, you're always like, we're omnivores and bears are omnivores. Like, it's always those two, and then dogs are technically
They're
omnivores.
not. They're herbivores. Well, I'm confused. I looked up are hippos omnivores, and it just popped up in bold omnivores.
Ooh.
I love Google.
They're not in that category.
Okay, so never mind. Boo.
Interesting.
Hippos are fascinating creatures and terrifying creatures.
I did not know much about them. Fortunately, I'm not, like I said, I'm not exactly the most animal-minded person.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of animal research the other day. I didn't realize, like, pigeons are one of the smartest animals in the world.
I love them.
Really smart.
Yeah, like all of those types of birds, like crows and everything, like, they can really, not only do they can recognize themselves, but they can also recognize, like, general faces and places and stuff. That's so crazy.
And it's why pigeons, like, why they flock on New York streets, and they're like few birds who don't seem to be mined by people because they know people aren't actually going to mess with them for the most part.
Yeah.
So they've learned and evolutionary evolved, which is crazy to think. They have evolved to not, when they're in big cities, of course, they don't really care about people.
It's kind of sad. We like domesticated them and just abandoned them.
Oh yeah, we used to use them as like male birds.
I was about to say they like know the alphabet too.
Do they?
Or they can. Yeah, you can like teach them.
And do what? Like, how do you know that they know the alphabet? You like throw up a letter A, and they're just like,
A.
Look for an. They give you.
I don't know. Well, it's also crazy. You seen those like dog videos where they have like the buttons with the voices?
Oh my god, I've seen them on TikTok.
Yeah.
That is so. It's a woman. She's a PhD or something.
Yeah.
I think the dog's name is Bunny.
Yeah, it's crazy though. That dog is smart.
It's so cool. Like
forming sentences.
For real. Like it's okay. Well, we're about to wrap the show, but I wish I wish I had prepared for this. Well, it's like this woman. She lives in like Newfoundland too. She lives in the middle of nowhere with her husband, and she is a scientist, and she has a dog, and she's training her dog. She's using it for research. She has like this whole array. It gets bigger every time I see it. It's been a minute since I looked, of buttons, and you know they press the button and it speaks the word, and she's training her dog to like basically communicate.
Yeah.
Like, I feel bad is something a dog could say.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And it can, like, ask questions. It'll hit, like, question.
Yeah.
Question. And
that is crazy.
Park. I know. That is wild that it can, like, ask things.
Because you can have a statement of feeling, but, like, asking a question, I think, is a further sign of intelligence that we were not prepared for. Dogs are very smart, and it depends on the breed. Border Collies are known for being, like, one of the smartest animals, period, on the planet. I really wanted a Border Collie when I was like 14, so I did a bunch of research on them. They're
very cool.
Not for city people. Don't get one if you live in the city. They're like sheepdogs, so they need to run a lot.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was fun.
This was the end of the morning app.
Yeah.
Everyone say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Au revoir.
Appalachian State University congratulates the award-winning WASU